The images themselves will be burned deep into the American psyche. Over and over, the trauma will be reenacted. The Twin Towers falling, the faces of pain and panic, a permanent part of a new landscape.
A huge explosion now, raining debris on all of us. We better get out of the way. Get out of here!
And as we watch the pictures from earlier in the day, we're going to talk once again to our special guests here in the studio. And Alan Fryer, who is in our Washington studio tonight.
At the World Trade Center, we have something that has happened here at the World Trade Center.
And within half an hour, became America's second Pearl Harbor.
Freedom itself was attacked this morning by a faceless coward, and freedom will be defended.
By now, you've seen the pictures. But it's been a long, agonizing, and confusing 12 hours.
Oh, it was chaos. It's something out of a movie.
So briefly, here's what we know about exactly what happened. 8:48 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11, hijacked en route from Boston to Los Angeles, slams into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, 2/3 of the way up the 110-story building.
We had seen a fireball, and I can tell you it appears as though something has gone into the World Trade Center.
20 minutes later, at 9:08 a.m., a United Airlines flight, number 175, also from Boston to Los Angeles, tips its wings and crashes into the South Tower.
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
An incredible fireball, so remarkable, it didn't even seem real.
It looked like a plane rammed into the second building.
35 minutes after that, 9:43 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77, scheduled to fly to Los Angeles from Dulles Airport outside Washington, dives into the Pentagon, destroying one of the building's 5 sides.
I happened to hear a plane come through. It sounded like it was running normal.
10:10 a.m., the 4th hijacked plane, United 93 from Newark to San Francisco, crashes in a remote area 80 miles southeast of Pittsburgh.
It just come down like it was going to land. Instead of landing, it just went nose straight into the ground.
In a little more than an hour, 4 horrific plane crashes, hundreds believed dead. But far worse was yet to come. At 10:05 a.m., the South Tower of the World Trade Center, possibly weakened beyond hope by the plane's impact, collapses. People can be seen jumping from the high floors.
The building came just rumbling down. It was like a war zone.
10:28 a.m., and the North Tower, choked with smoke and flames from its upper floors, disintegrates.
The challenges are monumental. Security experts say the first step will be determining who organized, financed, and executed such sophisticated attacks. To do that, investigators will have to literally sift through mountains of debris to find evidence. The most crucial are airport security videos and the plane's cockpit recorders.
It started with a plane crash.
It's like, oh my God, it did. A plane crashed into the World Trade Center.
Literally out of the blue.
Thursday, AA on the wing, just going, I'm like, what the heck is that? Is it filming a movie here or something? Then all of a sudden, bam.
Brothers Jeff and Scott Such were there, ground zero, with their video camera.
You're good right here in the corner. Stay on the corner.
So after the first strike, you're not thinking terrorist attack, are you?
You're thinking this is a really huge accident that I should be seeing this, so we just decided to go even closer.
The brothers continued shooting this videotape. As people trapped in the building began falling from the windows.
It almost looked as if someone had just like stepped backwards and had fallen through a window.
What's this other jet doing? But the terrorists weren't done. 20 minutes later, another plane, another tower, another devastating attack.
Boom, just a loud explosion, and then you just look up to the sky because that's where it came from. The noise came from above. You look up and it's just like confetti in the sky.
And that was just the beginning. On the ground, chaos. as one of the famed Twin Towers crumbles. Firefighters and rescue workers attack the other tower, still standing, still burning. Who knows how many trapped inside.
So start going to your trucks, make sure you got flashlights. If you don't have any lights, then let me know.
Oh, no! Then that tower collapses too.
And we had some time to get some of the people out, but then there was those secondary explosions and then the subsequent collapses. So I don't know how many people were in there. I know there was a lot of firefighters, a lot of public safety personnel were in there.
You call her and you tell her, let her hear your voice. She's going to need to hear your voice. Just like you need to hear my voice, I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you. Bye. See you later. I love you.
All day long, more fallout.
Because there might be a bomb in the school, maybe.
A reported bomb threat. A dangerous gas leak.
This is Ed Sullivan. I want that building evacuated. All civilians, please head north of Morris Street.
Then, a nearby building collapses from the day's damage.
You are watching Building 7 at the World Trade Center collapse.
Amid the destruction and devastation, though, one remarkable thing did happen. Today's tragedy brought out the best in a city not always known for its kindness and humanity.
Half a world away, there was a far different reaction. Gunmen appearing to applaud today's terrorism. But Palestine Liberation Organization leader Yasser Arafat did not join in.
We are completely shocked, completely.
All this was witnessed on television screens across the world. And then another plane slammed into the Pentagon, and yet a fourth plane crashed outside of Pittsburgh. These scenes played all over the world. In China, Outer Mongolia, everywhere in the world, these pictures eventually played. President Bush said in an address to the nation tonight, "Today our nation saw evil." The president said thousands of lives were, quote, "suddenly ended by evil, despicable acts of terror." Establishing the death toll could take weeks. The 4 airliners alone had 266 people at least, possibly as many as 285 aboard. There were no known survivors aboard those airliners. Officials put the number of dead and wounded at the Pentagon at about 100 or more. That's a quote from officials at the Pentagon, with some firefighter reports suggesting that the death toll at the Pentagon could raise to 800. These pictures are from this morning at the World Trade Center. A union official in New York said he feared 300 firefighters who first reached the scene may have died in rescue efforts at the Trade Center. And the head of the fire department in New York City said later that some 300 firefighters were missing, and that the hope was that eventually many of those would be found. But we do know that there were heavy casualties among New York City firefighters especially, and some 30-some-odd police were missing, and some other police were known to be dead. New York City's Mayor Rudolph Giuliani said, and I quote, "The number of casualties will be more than most of us can bear." He was talking about when the final toll comes in. Police deep into this night and into the early morning were reporting some calls from people with their cell phones trapped in debris, calling for help and hoping that rescue workers could somehow get to them. And on the reports go. I think probably the most important thing to know at this moment in terms of what's happening on the lower end of Manhattan is that they have lights. It's getting organized down there, been organized for some time. They're going through with everything from bulldozers and cranes to pickaxes and shovels. In this scene, this is a live picture looking south on Manhattan Island, and down there amidst all that smoke, they're trying to find people still alive in the debris, still trying to pull out dead bodies. The collection of the dead, the pulling out of the dead will go on for certainly days and perhaps weeks. Now, it's coming up on the 2 o'clock hour here in New York City and in Washington, D.C., the morning after.
And tonight, while smoke from the collapse of the Twin Towers still lingered over New York City, most who saw and survived this day still had trouble believing what they saw. The phrase you heard over and over again was, "It seemed just like a movie."
No movie. Russ Mitchell, with his detailed recapitulation of the events of this horrifying but historic day.